Good morning, students. How are we all doing today? I welcome you to a new day. Recall that we were discussing about matter last week, and we were able to define what matter is, the forms of matter, and the classifications of matter. So today we are going to start with the differences between plants and animals. We know that our plants are mostly green in color, while our animals have different colors. Yes, in plants there are presence of roots, stems, leaves, fruits, and seeds, while in animals there is nothing like roots, stems, leaves, fruits, and seeds. In plants there is presence of what is called a chlorophyll, the green pigment in the plant, but in animals they don't have chlorophyll. In plants there is absence of leaves, that is, plant does not have hands or legs, while animals there is presence of limbs, that is, animals have both hands and legs. Having said that, we are going to look at the importance of plants and animals. If you look around you in our environment, you'll be seeing plants and you'll be seeing animals. What are the usefulness of these plants and animals in our environment? Don't forget also that we human beings are examples of animals. Importance of plants. 1. Plants provide man with various foods like leafy vegetables, that are pumpkin leaf, spinach leaf, the one we call green leaf, water leaf, etc. They serve as a source of food to man. Likewise, grains, cereals from rice, etc. They serve as food to man. Plants releases oxygen to the atmosphere during photosynthesis, that is, during the manufacture of their food. They releases oxygen to the atmosphere. This oxygen are being used by animals for their own respiration. Plants are used to produce wood or timber for domestic and industrial use. The firewood we use have been produced from plants. Even the timber that we use in roofing our houses, they are also plants byproducts. Plants can be used as a source of drugs in treating certain diseases or ailments. Something like our neem leaf, our spinach, etc. They are all drugs. They are all plants that are used for drugs. Plants can also be used for scientific study. Yes, we can use plants. Okay, let's say for instance we want to know the antibiotics that is present in a scent leaf. That scent leaf is a plant, and for us to know the antibiotic, we have to extract the juice of that scent leaf and project it to further analysis for us to know the antibiotics present in that scent leaf. The importance of animals. Animals are used for transportation purposes. Example are camel in transporting goods from one place to another. Animals can also be used as a source of protein. Fish is an example of protein. Yes, a source of protein. Also the meat, the red meat from animals, something like our cow meat, beef, etc. They are all examples of protein, sources of protein. Animals can also provide some form of security. Example are dogs. Some dogs are being trained as security dogs. Animals can also be used as a form of relaxation. So we move over to the characteristics of living things. Living things possesses different characteristics, but these characteristics of living things can be represented with the acronym Mr. Niger D, where M stands for movement, R for respiration, N for nutrition, I for irritability, G for growth, E for excretion, the other R for reproduction, D for death. Number 1, movement. We know that movement is the ability to change position. All living things have the ability to change their position. While plants shows a stationary movement, animals displays locomotive movement. 2, respiration. Plants breathe out carbon dioxide. Plants breathe out oxygen and take in carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide are used during photosynthesis for the manufacture of food, while the oxygen are being used by animals to respire and also to break down food in order to release energy. The third one is nutrition, also known as feeding. Both living things can assimilate food to produce energy, which in turn is used for work and growth. The fourth one is irritability. Living things have the abilities to detect and react to changes both in their body and environment by giving proper responses. Example, when you touch a plant known as touch and die, whose botanical name is Mimosa pudica, the plant tries to respond to that touch by shrinking inwards. While an earthworm, when you pour a pinch of salt on when a pinch of salt is dropped on an earthworm, it recoils itself. The fifth one is growth. All living things increases in height and size. These growths seen in living things are irreversible. The sixth one is reproduction, the ability of living things to produce young ones or new ones that looks like them. The seventh one is excretion. All living things have the ability to remove waste products of metabolic activities in the body. While animals excrete urine and feces, plants tend to excrete some other waste products. That, as far as a thing is a living, as far as a substance, a material, or whatever is a living thing, we are all subjected to die. Once you are a living thing, whether as a plant or an animal, you are subjected to die. You must die. One day you must die. As far as you are a living thing, you must die. So in our next class, we continue from where we stop.